This moment, it's a choice. To find out what you're made of. To own what's in front of you, no matter what that might be. We showed up, we're here. This moment belongs to us right now.
You're no stranger to challenges. You feel the weight of the work left to do, but more importantly, you dream of making the world a better place. From day one, you've never given up in the face of obstacles, and you're not going to start now because you are relentless to your roots. And your success in the future is rooted in the decisions you make today. So choose a university with a 100-year legacy of dogged determination and community impact. The University of Redlands. Learn more at redlands.edu.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome in as we get ready for men's basketball action from South Point Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada. It's the 14th annual D3Hoops.com Classic. It's game number one for me. Yes, we are at game number 4 on the day, game 5 overall of the 17-game event here in Las Vegas. I'm Dave McHugh. Pat Coleman will be joining me alongside as we get ready for Ramapo College, who returns to the event here in Las Vegas for the 11th time, taking on a debutante in the Mount Union Purple Raiders. Not to confuse anybody on the football side, this is not a national championship. North Central is not on the other side.
Jeez. Thank goodness I'm not ready for that game yet.
Just thought I'd mention that.
I have to practice saying Purple Raiders, though.
That's a fair point. Take a look at the starting lineups, and we get to take a look at Ramapo first and foremost. We'll start a senior center from Piscataway, New Jersey. Jordan Myers wearing number 1 at 6'5". He started all 10 games so far this season. So is Justin Bladen, the senior guard from Sicklersville, New Jersey. Number 4 at 6'3". Number 12 is a point guard from South Amboy, New Jersey. It's the senior 6-footer from number 12, Peter Gorman. The other forward, senior from Pompton Plains, New Jersey, it's Anthony Corbo wearing number 20 and standing at 6'4". And rounding out the top 5, all of them have started every game. It's a forward, number 21, from Hawthorne, New Jersey, the senior, Shane Rooney. Ramapo comes in 7-3 overall to a strong 3-2 start so far in conference action. As for the Purple Raiders, who come into this game at 6-2 on the season, remember they were in the Final Four just 2 seasons ago. They start number 1. Corey Hudson, the junior guard out of Columbus, Ohio at 6'1". Number 3 is Marcus Steele, the senior guard from Solon, Ohio at 6'1". Number 4 is Elijah Farrington, the sophomore forward from Massillon, Ohio at 6'6". Number 10 is Jamar Talbert Jr., the guard senior, 6'3", out of Richmond Heights, Ohio. And the man will be keeping an eye on all the time because he's one of the best players in the country. It's 6'6", graduate guard from Canton, Ohio, number 22, Christian Parker. And much like Ramapo, every single player, all but Steele, has started this season in every single game.
Yep, and Ramapo, of course, at this tournament once again. We've held this tournament 14 times, and Ramapo is here for the 11th time. Chuck McBreen must like something about Las Vegas. I'm not sure, but his team has been right at 500 basically the entire time here. Now, the last time I saw Purple Raiders play basketball, as you said, in that Final Four a couple years ago, I went to the Timken Physical Education Center for the round of 16, round of 8. That is an incredible home court with great fan support. Today, maybe not as many Mount Union fans in the stands, not as much purple as you might expect, but Nonetheless, great time for this game. Let's get Ohio and New Jersey on a neutral court in Nevada.
Sure. It works out nicely as we're underway. Purple Raiders in the home whites with the purple numbers and trim. Going left to right. First shot up and no good for Steele. And a foul inside to get things started early in this one. Roadrunners pick up their first foul. And quickly we see Elijah Farrington to the line. 74% free throw shooter.
Gets that first one. Farrington, you mentioned out of Massillon. Massillon is one of the great sports high schools in that area, in the kind of Canton-Akron area. Well known for their football. And here, Elijah Farrington, basketball player out of that program as well.
Ramapo with possession. They're in the maroon uniforms with the white numbers and trim. Right to left in this half. Into the corner. Man-to-man defense from the Raiders. A little bit more time here for Bladen. Bounce pass inside, trying to get it to Rooney. It deflects out off Rooney, and it'll go back to the Purple Raiders. Of course, head coach for the Purple Raiders, McHugh line. He has gotten this Purple Raider program head and shoulders in the Ohio region at the very least, if not nationally. Nice pass. Parker off glass, cannot get it to fall. But he'll go to the line to shoot some free throws.
And that's not Parker's best game. Parker is one of those interesting combinations of a guy who's pretty good from three-point range but struggles from the charity stripe. He's actually a 44% three-point shooter, but only 42% from the foul line this season.
Hits the first, looks pretty.
I was going to say, you wouldn't know it from his form, right? That shot looks good.
Those players we all watched for years, second team All-American last year, missed the second. They are gone 2 for 4 from the free throw line. It's 2-0. Raiders on Roadrunners. Ramapo's had a strong start to the season, has possession of the ball going up, trying to find their first points here in Vegas of the weekend. We call it the weekend a lot of times, even if it isn't the weekend.
But this year it is one.
Ironically enough. Shot up, no good, as Ofer go to the Roadrunners. Long pass down floor. Tracking it down was Farrington, but he stepped out of bounds. It'll go back to the Roadrunners.
I can say, having been at the Timken Center, that their floor is also 94 feet. I don't know. It's not that Parker is used to a longer floor you can throw outlet passes on.
Ramapo, interesting enough, also a Final Four participant after coming to this event that year and going 0 for 2.
That's true.
They made it all the way to the final weekend of the season as that shot no good for Bladen. Just goes to prove that sometimes you get bigger challenges. Nice steal there from Parker. You might get big challenges here in Vegas, and it's going to help you out come March. Little delay steal or dribble drive by Hudson. He's able to score, and Chuck McGreen's seen enough. He wants to talk some things over, calls timeout with 18:31 remaining. It's a quick 30-second timeout, so we'll stay here. For some reason, our clock thinks it reads 18:31 on the big screen. It is 17:56 remaining in this game.
And the score is not quite caught up either.
I lost my graphics, that's why. Not sure what happened there. So we will catch up with score and all because, you know, that happened.
Yeah, you know, Dave finally gets to be on the mic for a game, but he doesn't get to stop producing.
Not sure. I guess the camera went to sleep. We'll have to figure that out at a longer opportunity. 4-0 Mount Union. We'll take the clock off the scoreboard for now, folks. We'll get it back up as soon as we are able. Production-wise, I knew I shouldn't have gotten on the mic. Ramapo possession, still looking for their first points.
Frankly, Gordon and I need a break from all the talking.
Absolutely. You guys doing yeoman's work for sure.
No, that's Oberlin.
Hesitation shot no good from Gorman as Oberlin gets mentioned in the broadcast. Oberlin with a good men's program this year. In the corner, shot up, rattles home. Three-pointer for Mount Union as Marcus Steele reigns it home from the corner. 7-0. Purple Raiders up on the Roadrunners.
Steele, not the greatest three-point shooter on the team. He's 28% from beyond the arc. That's only slightly below average, however. This team not really known for its three-point shooting.
17 minutes left to go. Pass inside, opportunity, blocked but foul. As Hudson's going to get both the block and the foul, though not in the stat sheet. Bladen was the one who wanted that shot up. He'll go to the free throw line. Team best free throw shooter at 92.3 points. So I'll say it now, most likely some points coming for the Roadrunners.
Boy, you really leaned into that.
I leaned in
broadcaster
hard.
Jinx, huh?
I had a gut feeling with 92.3 on the stat sheet. I had a good chance.
You had a feeling that tonight was going to be a good night.
Ramapo with their first points on the free throw. Second one coming. Just missed. And so far, everybody's gone 1 for 2 from the free throw line. 7-1 the lead. Not even a football score to reference.
Those one-point safeties are super rare.
Very, very rare. Don't you have to be going for...
Well, especially in conjunction with a 7. Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Parker missed the shot. He doesn't like the fact no foul was called. And Roadrunners come back the other direction. Bounce pass inside, looking for Myers. Hasn't had a lot of action so far. A little baby hook with a right hand. Doesn't fall, and the Purple Raiders get another rebound from the aforementioned Parker. 16-20 plus remaining in this half. Parker, three-pointer, back iron, and through. He's got him up to double digits. He's got 4. And it's 10-1. Still can't make a darn football reference. Come on,
right.
Ramapo. In the corner, 3 on the way, buried it. Good shot there in the corner. As Gordon was able to hit that one, he is a dangerous three-point shooter at 39%.
We've called Peter Gorman's name before a few times, previous trips to Las Vegas. Oh.
That thrown away. It looked like Talbert was going to the top of the key, and Hudson was expecting him to stay put, so it's a turnover. 10 for the lead. Somehow the three-pointer for Ramapo didn't stick. There it goes. 15:35 remaining. Bounce pass inside. Going to work is Corbo. Shot up, no good. Rebound pulled down this time by Talbert, but he throws it away. Quick jumper, no good for Gorman.
Farrington goes up big for that board. I like Farrington. Farrington's a younger guy, right? I feel like Farrington could be Christian Parker as time goes on.
Three-pointer from Talbert, no good. Rebound collected by Myers. Quickly up ahead to Gorman. Gorman nearly lost the dribble, picks up the ball, hands off to Bladen. Bladen drags his pivot, gets away with it. Nice extra pass for the slam dunk for Rooney.
Right, I thought we were going to talk about a great backdoor cut by Anthony Corbo, and instead give Corbo the assist and Rooney the flush.
Corbo saw the help defense come over, and he gave the extra pass. Unselfishness cuts the deficit to 4. Mount Union with possession. Hudson into the lane, kicks it outside. Three-pointer on the way. A lot of iron, no net for Talbert. Bodies fall on the floor, and we're going to get a stoppage. And they're going to call a foul on Hudson. In the meantime, for the Purple Raiders, Kevin Moore enters the game. 6'5" junior forward out of Youngstown, Ohio, wearing number 2, makes an appearance. Also in the game, number 14, Jarrett Taylor, the 6'5" freshman guard from Uniontown. We'll get a full 30 on the shot clock. That's the whistle there. 14:26 to play. Yes, clock off your scoreboard. We'll get it fixed at the next lengthy delay, we hope, or maybe halftime.
We get one of those media timeouts for us, right?
We ought to call one now. Missed one of the Purple Raiders coming in the game. Number 12, Jonah McCartney, the graduate guard from North Canton. In the meantime, Roadrunners with possession. Corbo with it. 13 on the shot clock. Bounce pass inside to Myers. And Parker's going to get called for the blocking foul just as Myers was turning onto the baseline. That's his first. Team's third. And Parker will come take a seat, and Farrington will re-enter the game. Parker discussing the foul with the official who called it. Thrown well over the top, and smartly, Myers lets that cross the timeline before collecting.
Yep.
Corbo now with it near side. He'll hand it off to Bladen. Bladen almost thought about tossing it. Goes back to Corbo. Corbo into the lane. In trouble. Nearly gets it tied up. Forces the pass. Myers, turnaround, off glass and in.
And a nice use of all of those seconds of the shot clock, too. 26 seconds of that shot clock roll down before they get that good look at the basket.
13:39 remaining. Mount Union now lead down to 2.
I just chuckled when I looked at the scoreboard and it says Moo versus Rama.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
they at least fixed the Rama part.
What was it before? I missed that.
They had the full Ramapo name up there, and he only caught the middle 4 letters.
Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah. A map.
Foul called on McCartney. Yeah, exactly.
Picturing Dora the Explorer now.
Sometimes when you're in New Jersey, you're going to need a map.
Boy.
Lots
That reminds me of
roads.
the first time I tried to get to William Patterson.
Oh. Well, Ramapo's a little tricky to get to, too. Don't be on the highway. The highway that goes right by the campus, you're not going to get to campus from it.
It's a toll road thing?
Drive through. Missed shot there for Bladen. No, this is the what is it, 470, no, 484? What is it?
I
It goes
don't know.
around the screen. Into the corner, 3-pointer on the way, no good from Moore.
Gordon had an answer, but I couldn't hear it.
Ramapo back the other direction. Gorman with it, up top to Myers. Myers into the corner. Now they'll get it inside to Rooney. Rooney goes to work, baby hook off glass, no good. Mount Union has the lead, but they haven't scored in a while. As bringing it up is Chance Kasenheiser, a freshman guard. And there you get 2 points for Mount Union. They're finally off the snide. Lead extends back out to 4. I have a feeling this might be the first ever meeting between these two programs. But I can't say that for sure. It's a little too greedy by Farrington trying to get the steal. Into the game for the Roadrunners, Elijah Barlow, the 6'1" junior guard out of Plainfield, New Jersey, wearing number 2. Wearing number 22 is Brandon Moore, the 6'5" sophomore center out of Englewood, New Jersey, making his first appearance of the season in a Roadrunners uniform.
Sorry, Dave. These guys met 24 years ago yesterday.
Oh.
In Tempe, Arizona. So one of those great Arizona shootout type days.
Shootouts, yeah.
That game won by Ramapo 75-61.
More than missed, by the way, on the other end of the floor. Back the other direction come the Raiders. Well, there you go. Skip pass near side. Kasenheiser kicks it out. Thought about the 3. Driving is Farrington. And a foul on the drive is going to get called on the Roadrunners. That'll be team foul 3. Mount Union's got 5. And the scoreboard operators, forgetting it's a men's game, have
there you
the
go.
bonus on the scoreboard, just remembered it themselves and took it off. By the way, I've got the timeouts wrong. We'll fix it later. Ramapo has called a timeout. Mount Union has not. So Purple Raiders have their full collection of 6. Kasenheiser, kick, 3, far wing, nothing but net. Kevin Moore buries it. Mount Union scored 5 unanswered.
Took a little bit of time, right? They didn't score for like the first 3 minutes that Parker was off the floor. Beginning to move the ball around a little bit, beginning to find something that works on offense.
Mount Union picks up their 6th foul. Now next whistle, Ramapo will be in the bonus. But it hasn't got on the scoreboard just yet. I heard the PA announcer say 6. Ramapo will inbound the ball on the near side. 11:23 to play, nearly stolen away. Out of bounds off McCartney. Inbound again from about 3 feet down the line. Back inbounding successfully into the game, by the way. Tim Linton, the junior forward out of Middletown, New York for the Roadrunners. As Gorman drives in, no options there. Step back, 3 on the way, nothing but net. for the newcomer, Brandon Moore.
Nice looking shot. You know, often, and this is not just a Ramapo thing, it's a NJAC thing in general, and a nice answer on the other side by Kazenheiser. You just see big changes in rosters at the semester break, right? Guys come in, they transfer into the school. That is not unusual for the general student body as well as the basketball teams.
Gorman forces the issue. He's going to draw the foul on Taylor, who can't believe it. Taylor will be officially booked, and Gorman will go to the line to shoot free throws, an 84% free throw shooter. Remember, one year, Ramapo showed up to this event, had 3 or 4 new players on their lineup. 2 of them started. It's now SOP for me to ask the SIDs, could you check if there's any changes?
Yeah, I mean, Brandon Moore started his basketball career not very far away at New Jersey City University. Appeared in 20 games as a freshman in 2022-23, and then just 1 game last year.
Both free throws good. The Roadrunners are within 5. Mount Union in the lead, 18-13 with ball, 10:34 to play. Opening half of the D3Hoops.com Classic, game number 4 in the day. 5 overalls. That three-pointer no good for McCartney. Played 1 game last night between Redlands and Hardin-Simmons. Those 2 programs will play 3 games at this event. That game last night was the
182nd in the history of the tournament.
Well, there you go. 1 off. So we played more than a baseball season is what you're trying to tell me.
Yeah, that's true. How much time have we spent here then?
Yeah, I just think about that considering
it's about 2 months of our lives in Las
my
Vegas
other season work.
at this event.
Flipped over, tipped out. Oh, they say it did not go off the Purple Raiders. That looked like it went off the fingertips of Moore, but he is certainly not going to give up that intel. Back into the game for the Roadrunners. No, into the game. No, Barlow's been in before. He returns. 9:55 less than to play. Mount Union in the lead, 18-13 with possession. Far side with it. It's McCartney. Now he'll give it up top to Moore. Haven't seen Parker in a while. He comes to the scorer's table to check back in. Farrington with a skip near side. Moore three-pointer, nothing but net. He's now hit a 3 from both wings. 21-13, Mount Union leads by 8. Not their biggest lead of the game as they led 10-1 at one point. 9:20 to play. Nice cut, extra drive, and that could be a travel. Could be a foul, apparently. Took Euro step to an extreme there by Tyler Murchison, the South Brunswick, New Jersey senior. He got bailed out with a foul before the tie-up.
And Kevin Moore tries to rip the ball away from Murchison and just basically starts, it's like swinging your partner in a damn square dance.
He got called for it.
That was, you kind of expect Murchison to stay on the floor. I don't know.
Murchison hits a free throw. He's 6 of 9 on the season. 21-14 now. Second one is good. 9:16 remaining in this half. Mount Union leads 21-15 from South Point Arena in Las Vegas, the southern part of the city. A few miles south of the Strip. Kazenheiser can't get that one to fall. And here comes Ramapo the other direction. Less than 9 minutes to play into the corner. Now up top, looking to do something is Barlow. He'll kick it all the way to the far side to Hutchinson. He drives baseline, gets a defender in the air, puts up the shot, misses it. And Mount Union comes down with a rebound as Kazenheiser brings it up. He'll look to the near wing to Steele. Steele using the Parker screen. Ooh, Parker almost moving too much. Parker three-pointer, no good. And Ramapo picks it up with 8:30 to play in the half.
Parker's got longevity. He played in that partial season in the COVID season.
Oh, nice little razzle-dazzle there. Drive off glass. Player control foul because camped out, checking out his Snapchat and figuring out what was right with the world was Talbert, while barreling into him with a hot cup of coffee was Moore.
It's a very colorful way of
like
describing what just happened.
I like it. That's what I work on. Got to be hip with the kids. If my son was listening, he would tell me I'd be skibbity about that.
Yeah, skibbity something.
Yeah, exactly.
I think
bring it up.
I think he'd probably also tell you it's TikTok instead of Snapchat.
That's
these
both.
days.
According to what my son, he uses Snapchat more than TikTok.
Well, then to ask him about Yik Yak.
Oh, let's not go there. Parker picks up the foul, is driving in, and forcing it was Murchison.
I would assume your son's high school doesn't have a Yik Yak.
Let's not bring it up. Let's not give them ideas. Let's just go there. No, they've got one of the best. I mean, believe it or not, my son, this is related to college. My son's got one of the school, he's not involved with it, one of the better tech programs in terms of IT, especially scams and, fighting against all the bad stuff on the IT world in the country.
So we would call that cybersecurity would be a good term.
Thank you. I was trying to find the damn wording.
Now that's, if your son is listening, that's where he's going to text you.
Yeah, he is gonna text me.
Dad.
21-17, 8 minutes left. Well, I'm not talking about the robotics program. Far side, Purple Raiders with it. They've gotten a little bit cold, but still lead by 4. Nice drive in off glass. Can't get it to fall for a steal. Fight for the rebound does not go Purple Raiders' way. Roadrunners with some speed up ahead. Hutchison back to Moore. Moore! What? Are you kidding me?
Man, that's a big guy, and that's very mobile, very athletically inclined. He moves well is what I'm trying to say. I'm saying it super poorly. We'll take a break. We'll be back after this. 21-19 our score.
You're no stranger to challenges. You feel the weight of the work left to do, but more importantly, you dream of making the world a better place. From day one, you've never given up in the face of obstacles, and you're not going to start now because you are relentless to your roots. And your success in the future is rooted in the decisions you make today. So choose a university with a 100-year legacy of dogged determination and community impact. The University of Redlands. Learn more at redlands.edu.
This moment, it's a choice. To find out what you're made of. To own what's in front of you, no matter what that might be. We showed up, we're here. This moment belongs to us right now.
Thank you to Mount Union, University of Redlands, several others helping advertise and sponsor this D3Hoops.com Classic. We welcome you back to South Point Arena. I'm David McHugh. Pat Coleman alongside. 7:33 remaining here in the first half. Mount Union with just a 2-point lead on Ramapo, 21-19. Purple Raiders came out of the gates firing on all cylinders. And we're up 10-1, but they are a little bit more Ramapo related since then, and it is 21-19 as we mentioned. Ramapo's in the double bonus, by the way, because Mount Union's already committed 9 fouls in this half. Ramapo, who had picked up a couple early ones, have only committed 4 total in this half. Purple Raiders with the ball on the hands of Farrington. He splits a double team, and they're going to call a foul on that split. And they'll call it on Myers, so team foul number 5 for the Roadrunners. 10th foul officially. Correction on Mount. No, that's not right. Yeah, team foul number 5. I heard, did I not hear the PA announcer say 10th? As an up and under from Hudson does not fall.
Stats have Mount Union with 9 and Ramapo with 5.
There we go, team 6th foul now. So going to the line to shoot free throws for the Raiders is Hudson, who's a 67.6% free throw shooter. Hits the first. 3-point lead for Mount Union. As back into the game for Ramapo comes Myers. Business management major is Myers. Second free throw on its way. Nothing but net. Mount Union back up by 4. 7:06 to play, opening half. Ramapo trying to get back to the NCAA tournament this year after a few years' absence. That forced pass inside to Linton doesn't get there. Extra pass there to Steele, and he'll draw the foul as he will pick himself off the ground.
And of course, if people are not familiar with the way the NCAA tournament is changing across all sports in Division III, all team sports in Division III this year, one of the interesting things is that we'll be able to tell at the very end of the season exactly which games got teams into the tournament, teams that are on the bubble. You'll be able to tell is like, which win was it that got you in, or which loss was it that kept you out, because it's all enumerated numerically, and in a computer formula, it's not a bunch of people in a room or on a Zoom call or in a conference call making a decision about the teams on the bubble.
1 on 2 free throws good. Dante Collier into the game for the Raiders. The junior out of Columbus, Ohio, wearing number 21. Yeah, I won't dive into that rabbit hole.
No.
What we've lost with that, but certainly gain as well. 6:40 to play, opening half. Roadrunners trailing by 5. Quick shot from Linton. Missed that one over the off-stretch hands of Collier. And Purple Raiders bring the ball across the timeline. Under 6.5 to play. Nice two-man game there. Kick into the corner. Shot foregone. Now to the far corner. Far corner to near corner. And now up top, they'll reset with Hudson. 12 on the shot clock. Hudson will drive, finds a lane, then tries to make the extra pass. Taken away by Hutchinson. Here come the Roadrunners the other way. 6:06 to play in the half. And they'll set up the offense. So far, a lot of man-to-man defense from these two teams. Jumper rattles out for Barlow. Mount Union the other direction. Nice pass. Great steal. Myers making that extra effort to break that one up. Ramapo. Now Myers seals off his defender and sinks it. And Ramapo's back to within 3. 5.5 minutes to play, opening half. 24-21, Mount Union up and with possession, looking for more. Steele has it, double team gets to him. He gets it to Farrington. Farrington picks up his dribble, now gets it back to Steele. 11 on the shot clock, comes to the near side. Thought about the 3 was Talbert. He'll drive in to about 15 feet, puts up the shot and gets called on the foul against Hutchinson. Back into the game for the Raiders eventually will come Kasenheiser. For the Purple Raiders for Mount. I'll try it again for Ramapo. They're going to bring Gorman back in. Mount Union sends Talbert to the line shooting, and he misses the first. Also into the game for Mount Union comes Jarrett Taylor. And number 4, Justin Bladen, returns to the game for the Roadrunners. Free throw shooting hasn't been strong so far for Mount Union in this one.
No, and from the floor, they've missed 7 of their last 8. They haven't had any field goals in the last 4 minutes and 22 seconds.
One more free throw to come. 5:12 to play in this half, and he hits that one. Lead back up to 4. Gorman back into the game, brings it across the timeline. They'll find Myers. Nice P to Gorman. A little hesitation on the backdoor cut, and Gorman gets a wide open reverse layup, and the lead is down to 2 for Mount Union.
It still amazes me how often a simple backdoor cut, a 70 or 80-year-old innovation in the game of basketball is effective.
Thought about the 3, changed his mind as Farrington. He'll drive in, gets his pocket picked. Doesn't pick up the foul, and he'll go the other direction as the Roadrunners will bring Murchison back in.
Yeah, Farrington basically just looking to get bailed out by a call, and that was not going to happen.
Exactly. Officials weren't buying it. 4:35 to play. Roadrunners with possession, looking to tie or take the lead for the first time today. Gorman with the ball, top of the key, looking for options. Myers wasn't there, so he'll bounce it to Linton, and it's deflected out of bounds by Collier. 4:22 to play, opening half. Ramapo will be shooting 2 free throws the next time the Raiders foul. Mount Union will be shooting a 1-on-1. Gorman with a hesitation. Picks up his dribble, finds Myers at the elbow. Myers spin move, off glass, ties the game. Ramapo stormed back from 10-1 down to tie it at 25 with 4:07 to play.
Nifty move, and I just like the handle for the senior big man. He's listed as a center. He's only 6'5". He can definitely handle.
Absolutely. Nice drive by Farrington. A lot of contact, but good no call, in my opinion, as Linton came over. Farrington hit the shot. Linton went straight up.
Yeah.
And it's a 2-point lead for Mount Union.
Nice shot.
And a foul off ball is going to be called on Taylor, who was holding on to Gorman as he tried to get into position. Gorman will go to the line to shoot the double bonus.
At the line for the Roadrunners, number 12, Peter Gorman, 2 shots.
So 2 shots coming here for Gorman, as mentioned. 84% free throw shooter for the first team all-conference selection last year. He was an honorable mention in 2023. So obviously jumped up, of course, in a very crowded NJAC. Teams like Stockton and TCNJ with great players. Gorman stood amongst the top as he ties this game with 2 free throws at 27 apiece. 3:36 to play opening half. With the ball is Kassenheiser. Trying to use the screen, changes his mind, goes the other direction, spins into the lane, into the corner. Shot coming from Talbert after the fake, and he airballs it quickly up ahead. Comes Ramapo. Gorman's going to find himself in the lane. Can't get that one to fall. Great defense from Talbert. Kassenheiser back the other direction. Quick 3 coming. Front iron no good from Moore, who has hit a couple of those, but not that one.
Tough end of the gym to shoot in, but Mount Union just 5 of 15 from beyond the arc and 5 of 16, and for that matter, just 3 of 7 inside the arc. Only 7 2-point attempts.
Farrington tried to draw the call, didn't get it. Myers has missed a couple of now, and now he'll get freight trained by Kevin Moore. And he'll go to line to shoot 2. I love what I say this with sarcasm. I love watching a big man suddenly go flying across the floor like a butterfly. Not sure how in the world some of these guys think they're going to get calls that way. Myers to the line, 66% free throw shooter. Averages 10.5 points a game, and Ramapo has their first lead of the contest. 28-27 with 2:48 remaining opening half. Good start for the Purple Raiders, not such a strong last 10 minutes. Though Ramapo has certainly been playing well. They now lead by 2.
Well, we talked early on about, Mount Union from 3-point range, 286th among Division III schools. That's not quite bottom quartile, but it's pretty low in that third quartile.
3-pointer blocked.
And look at how much of their offense is centered around the 3-point shot here so far today.
Courtney took the shot. Bladen closed down the angle using his long arms. Got a piece of that one. And Ramapo's got the ball back, leading by 2 with under 2.5 to play in this opening half. He's Pat Coleman. I'm Dave McHugh at the D3Hoops.com Classic here in South Point Arena in Las Vegas. Into the corner, Myers takes his time. Back iron no good. Ball deflected. It's going to go back to the Purple Raiders. 2:12 to play in the penultimate game of the day. As after a long time on the floor, Collier will take a seat. Marcus Steele returns to the game.
And Parker has been out of the game for quite a bit at this
played
point.
A lot of this half. 2+ minutes after a strong start. Got his first foul and has played sparingly since. Top of the key, 3-pointer is good. Kevin Moore finds his range that time. Mount Union retakes the lead, 30-27. Minute 46 to play, opening half. Roadrunners possession. Gorman with the ball far side. Gets it to Myers. Back to Gorman. He's got Linton if he wants to use him too, and he'll get it to him. Linton's open, shoots from 17. Cannot get that one to fall, and pulled down by Farrington. Here come the Purple Raiders the other direction. Quickly up ahead to Steele. Steele slams on the brakes when Bladen got in front of him. Steele tries again, kicks into the corner, three-pointer, nothing but net. Moore's hit 2 in a row. He's hit 4 in the half, 33-29, and Ramapo calls timeout.
And Jordan Myers is the guy who left him, right? Is the guy who left Moore open. And McBreen gets right up. I'm not going to say in his face because it's not with that kind of emotion or anger, but gets right up at him and says, you cannot do that. Timeout. We're going to talk more about this. Comes over to try to help on the drive. There was no need to help on the drive. Frankly, I think Justin Bladen's doing a fantastic job sticking with his guy defensively.
Mount leads by 4. They've led by as many as 9, have trailed by 2. As Ramapo calls their last 30-second timeout of the game, they got 4 fulls remaining with 1:13 to play in this opening half. Mount Union has called a full timeout so far in this game. It'll be Ramapo possession with 73 seconds to go here. Linton will come out with Gorman, Myers, along with Mutchison and Bladen. As Gorman brings it across the timeline. Now with Murchison. He'll bounce it inside to Myers. Want to clear out to give Myers some room to work. Spins back the other way and gets it to fall. Myers certainly with some great footwork there. Cuts the deficit to within 2. 51 seconds remaining in the half.
I know we've only seen one half so far.
Gorman with a deflection, tries to get back to it, cannot. Picked up in the backfield, and then Bladen gets a little too aggressive on that one as he had Kasenizer picking up his dribble in the backcourt and got a little too close.
I was going to say, I know we've only seen not quite half of this game, but I feel like this is the best Ramapo team that they've brought to this tournament in quite some time. I really like a variety of sets of skills, guys who are playing unselfish basketball, bigs who can handle guys who play defense,
Final Four team, I think, had maybe some bigger offensive weapons.
Yeah, but when I say quite some time, how long ago is that?
Right. But I was going to say, other than that, this is probably the most team-orientated group I've seen.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
And honestly, I don't think any of us thought they'd be to the Final Four that year, despite being pretty good and ranked very high coming into that event. As the free throws are both good, giving Mount Union a 4-point lead. 38 seconds remaining. Ramapo's got the ball. Gorman with possession, looking for options, finds Bladen. Bladen's getting inside to Myers. Myers clears out the lane, looking for work. Farrington cannot stop him. Myers has found his stride. 35-33, Mount Union the lead. Just hope he doesn't cool off at halftime. Down to 10 seconds left in the half. Mount Union looking for the final shot. Shot clock is off. Steele will drive. Step back. Jumper off glass. No good. Farrington gets the rebound before the clock expires. Hits the shot.
Nice.
And that will take it into halftime. Mount Union 37-33 on a nice play by Farrington.
I like Farrington's play. I know he's going to go into the half with just 5 points. He's going to have 3 turnovers, but got 10 rebounds. And, when he's getting the ball in at and around the basket, he's generally getting those good looks and generally finishing tonight.
Mount Union led by as many as 9. Ramapo is led by 2. But right now, it's the Purple Raiders up by 4. At the half, the D3Hoops.com Classic. We'll come back and get you second half started with stats and more. You're watching the 14th annual D3Hoops.com Classic from South Point Arena. Thanks to our friends at Sport Tours.
More schools than Division I, more fans than Division II, and more upsets than March Madness. There's nearly 850 programs with over 11,000 games leading to 2 national championships. And we've been covering it all for over 2 decades. From Eastern to Occidental, from Puget Sound to Piedmont, from Southwestern to the University of New England, and from Hope to Calvin. Nobody covers Division III basketball like we do. We're D3Hoops.com at www.d3hoops.com.
This moment, it's a choice. To find out what you're made of. To own what's in front of you, no matter what that might be. We showed up, we're here. This moment belongs to us right now.
You're no stranger to challenges. You feel the weight of the work left to do, but more importantly, you dream of making the world a better place. From day one, you've never given up in the face of obstacles, and you're not going to start now because you are relentless to your roots. And your success in the future is rooted in the decisions you make today. So choose a university with a 100-year legacy of dogged determination and community impact. The University of Redlands. Learn more at redlands.edu.
Passion's love. Passion is love for what you do. Because I think when you face challenges, it comes down to how much you want it and how much you love it. Passion is what keeps you going forward. Seeing so many people that were like-minded and so hardworking in their sport and academics, being surrounded by like-minded people makes you want to be more passionate. I think it pushes you to a different level that maybe you didn't think you had. And you can do the best of both worlds and love all of it.
Comprehensive learning is being able to adapt to experiences and apply the things that I learned. Being an athlete and juggling academics helped me grow as a person, and things that I've learned, I was able to apply it in another field, putting them into everyday life. Developing comprehensive learning helped me prioritize certain things to make sure I get to where I want to be.
For the love of the game. That's what it's all about, they say. But for those of us who are Division III student athletes, it's more than that.
It's more about team and the schools and communities we represent.
And for the many of us blessed with the strength to compete in sport at the college level, we understand that with what we were given comes a special obligation.
Our obligation to help those who have their own special needs and whose love for the game is no less intense.
That is why NCAA Division III teamed up with Special Olympics. Since August of 2011, we and others from Division III campus communities have volunteered more than 250,000 hours, time away from the classroom and practice field, reaching across the country to coach and mentor Special Olympics athletes.
And to learn that in giving, we receive so much more in return. Help us keep that dream alive.
Be part of it.
Get involved.
You can make a difference.
I believe sportsmanship is a mutual admiration and respect for your fellow competitors. We all go through a lot to reach the point where we compete against one another. It's important to realize that. So once we're finally on the field or on the court or on the starting block, we look at each other as fellow human beings and not just competitors. Being able to recognize the hard work that other athletes are putting in creates a more positive and inclusive environment.
Responsibility is being accountable for your words and actions, first and foremost. It also is an obligation to be a positive influence in the communities around you. Being in a D3 program, you're going to have lots of different opportunities. You're not just an athlete, you're also involved in student life. Your academics are extremely important. We give a lot of our student athletes responsibilities right from the start by giving them leadership opportunities, by having them engage in the community, be a positive influence. That's being a responsible person.
Football has taught me a lot throughout my life. It's definitely had a huge imprint on who I am as a person. Competing at a Division III level created that opportunity for me to go to college. Not only was I the first one in my family to graduate college, but I was really the first one to even go. Being the first one, I'm breaking that cycle, and now that I've graduated, I'm not sure what's the next step, but I know I have a lot of doors open. And a lot of those are open because I played football and ran track here at Otterbein.
It's not about yourself, it's about your team.
Division III allows you to give yourself to other things.
I chose Cedar Crest because it's nationally ranked for its forensic science program. And then I also chose Cedar Crest because I could come here and play sports. I could be a basketball player and then I could be a student athlete, and my teachers would understand that.
At a Division III school, you primarily a student athlete, so the school is really shaped around you developing yourself as a complete individual. The end result in my mind is you just become a very well-rounded person.
I know sports is important, but having the academic part along with it is a big plus.
There's more to them than being a student athlete. They're a club president, they're a student in the classroom, so it's a well-rounded experience.
Division III school was the best opportunity for me to have both the highest academic challenges and some of the very highest athletic challenges too.
So that's why D3 athletics is so great. It gives you the opportunity to get involved in so many different things and be able to still do all those things.
D3 school, there's a lot of time for other opportunities. During soccer season, the coaches, they expect a lot of you during soccer, but after soccer, that's your own personal time. It's your time to go explore different things and really find out who you are and other opportunities that you can pursue.
Division III in athletics, affords students the opportunity not only to participate in intercollegiate athletics at a competitive level, but also gives them the opportunity to, engage in the other interests in their campus and in their lives outside of that sport and outside of the academics on the campus.
I wanted to be really balanced. I wanted to be focused on academics and athletics and be able to do other things that I wanted to do. And I knew Division III would be able to not only let me do that, but support me in that.
You have more time for your extracurricular activities outside of school, whether it's not academics, spending time with your family, your friends, and those are things that are important to me in a college experience.
Being a Division III athlete and developing my leadership skills has definitely put my name out there and helped me get more recognition on campus, but more recognition nationwide. I did win the Jostens Trophy, which is based on leadership, academics, and then how well you do on the court.
I think there's more opportunities for academic scholarships in Division III.
Division III schools offer academic scholarships instead of athletic scholarships. This really puts the focus that the student athlete needs to maintain that GPA.
I got the presidential scholarship from Case Western, which was huge for me.
I did receive a non-athletic scholarship upon entering school, and I carried that for my first 2 or 3 years.
I did receive academic scholarships my freshman year, and then every single year I get a little bit more because of my academics. Just being involved on campus, being an athlete, and then being a leader in so many different clubs. All those things combined kind of get me recognized.
Don't pass up a Division III school if you have the opportunity. Division III offers many experiences.
I would definitely choose Division III school because you can develop your leadership skills. I mean, basketball and academics are so important here, but you can also develop who you are as a person.
Proportion to me is the lived experience of our Division III student athletes. They balance life from an academic perspective and the rigors of competing at a high level, bonding with teammates and building lifelong friendships. But they also are involved in their communities. They work jobs and internships and volunteer. They've learned to be resilient. Diverse experiences are setting them up for the future.
I had numerous family members who've been taken away from heart disease and stroke. That drove me to pursue knowledge about health and well-being. Playing college football gave me an opportunity to get myself into college.
Goes to Parks. He's in the end zone.
That's when I decided that I want to go into personal trainer. I felt I would have a great opportunity to share my knowledge about well-being within Detroit. I hope to reach as many people as I can.
For the love of the game. That's what it's all about, they say. But for those of us who are Division III student athletes, it's more than that. A lot more.
Sure, the game is important, but as we work so hard to build both mind and body, it's more about team and the schools and communities we represent.
And for the many of us blessed with the strength to compete in sport at the college level, we understand that with what we were given comes a special obligation.
An obligation not merely to work towards a personal best in the classroom or in the sport we love, but rather an obligation to help those who have their own special needs and whose love for the game is no less intense.
That is why NCAA Division III teamed up with Special Olympics. For Special Olympics athletes, victory belongs not only to those who first cross the line, but to all of those who compete and endure.
They are challenged in ways we cannot imagine, They are survivors who test themselves harder and with greater joy than we will ever know.
Since August of 2011, we and others from Division III campus communities have volunteered more than 250,000 hours, time away from the classroom and practice field, reaching across the country to coach and mentor Special Olympics athletes.
And to learn, as we all do, that in giving we receive so much more in return.
Sport ennobles us, and in giving the gift of sport to those for whom it seemed an impossible dream, we are working to make this a better world.
Help us keep that dream alive.
Be part of it.
Get involved.
You can make a difference.
A good citizen is someone who wants to make a positive impact, both in their communities and in the world around them. The Division III approach is absolutely the best approach out there for amateur sport because it wants student athletes to explore all parts of who they are. Be successful in the classroom, be successful in competition, be successful in the community. So our student athletes learn what it means to strive for and attain success, but doing it the right way and being good citizens.
I injured my shoulder when I was practicing platform diving. It was a blessing in disguise. When I went to physical therapy, I realized this is something I want to do. That's when I changed my major to physical therapy. I want to inspire people to do whatever they love doing. I'm fortunate to have Cliff as my coach. He made me believe that I can get back into diving after my injury to prove that nothing can stop me from chasing my dreams.
This moment, it's a choice. To find out what you're made of. To own what's in front of you, no matter what that might be. We showed up, we're here. This moment belongs to us right now.
We've got more schools than Division I, more fans than Division II, and more upsets than March Madness. There's nearly 850 programs with over 11,000 games leading to 2 national championships. And we've been covering it all for over 2 decades. From Eastern to Occidental, from Puget Sound to Piedmont, from Southwestern to the University of New England, and from Hope to Calvin. Nobody covers Division III basketball like we do. We're D3Hoops.com at www.d3hoops.com.
Welcome back as we get ready for second half action. You can see the stats there on the screen. Mount Union out shooting Ramapo so far at 39% clip, but only a difference of 1 shot. Both teams have taken 28 so far. Ramapo hasn't taken very many three-pointers, but they've made them count. Mount Union is 7-19 from beyond the arc. And after a rough start to this game, both teams are shooting pretty well from the free throw line. Mount Union out rebounding Ramapo as well, but Ramapo's committed less turnovers. Leading scorer for the Roadrunners is Jordan Myers with his 12 on 5 and 9 shooting, 2 for 2 from beyond the arc as well. I'm sorry, from the free throw line, correction. Peter Gorman leads the team with 5 fouls defensively, while Gorbo is the leading rebounder for Mount Union. Team's leading scorer is Kevin Moore with his 12 points on 4 of 7 shooting. For those scoring at home, Parker has 4 points, and the team's leading rebounder is Elijah Farrington with 10. As we get ready to restart things here in the second half, we're back underway. I'm Dave McHugh, Pat Coleman alongside. Got the clock back up on the screen for all of you scoring at home. As Ramapo has the ball in the maroon uniforms with the white numbers and trim going left to right across your computer monitor in this second half.
Those are black uniforms, Dave.
Oh, they're black?
Sorry.
I just assumed they'd be maroon.
I know, right?
That's a kind of an off black. Nice
yeah,
steal.
It's totally like a 98% black. It's a shiny black.
Marcus lives up to his last name, gets the ball back for the Purple Raiders. Parker into the game, double team comes, spins away from it, doesn't get it to fall. Farrington forces it up, can't get that one to fall.
No, that
He'll
was
go to the
totally
free
just
throw
a
line.
pass over the top of the rim to Farrington.
Of course. Absolutely. It's exactly what Parker intended. Not sure the statisticians will give him credit for that. So Farrington goes to the line to shoot free throws. He's a 74% free throw shooter.
What did you do, Dave?
Nothing. System just not listening, so we're going to ignore it.
Oh, I was talking about jinxing him.
Oh, well, my bad. Yep, I did.
Good job.
If that thing existed. 37-35, 33 Purple Raiders the lead. As we were underway in the second half, ball deflected into the backcourt. Here in our penultimate game of the day. Coming up next, the Poets of Whittier. Nice pass to Gorman, can't get it to fall, and Parker will pick up foul number 2. But the Poets of Whittier will take on the Eagles of Edgewood in our final game of the evening at 5. And before tomorrow, we'll have 6. I'm not promising I'll be here at 10 a.m.
We need you here at 10 a.m.
Good luck. Gorman goes to the line to shoot free throws. Just saying, good luck.
We'll almost certainly have 4.5 of those games on on our stream tomorrow.
Gorman misses the free throw. Into the game for the Raiders comes Kevin Morris. Parker will take a seat. He has, I don't think, had a prototypical day that we're used to. He fouls a second time. Coach Fuline has taken him out the moment he's committed a foul. As Gorman hits the second one, and the Roadrunners are to within 2. It's not on the scoreboard yet, but it is 37-35, I believe. Extra pass. Extra pass again. Talbot will get it up top to Hudson. We'll double check the score. No, 37-34, I guess is correct.
Yeah, Gorman 1 for 2 at the line.
As Farrington forces the issue, he'll go to the free throw line. He picks up the foul on Anthony Corbo. Corbo's second foul, team's second. And Farrington will shoot those free throws. He's back to the line after going 0 for 2. He's now 0 for 3 in this half. Mount Union again 6-2 this season, 3-0 in the OAC, 2-1 at home, 3-0 on the road, and 1-1 in neutral site games so far this season. And that's 0 for 4 so far in this half for Farrington.
It's a struggle. He hasn't missed 4 free throws in any single game this year, let alone in one half.
Myers has it, passes off to Gorman. Gorman back around the Myers double screen, goes up against the taller Farrington, does not win that battle. Here comes the Purple Raiders the other direction. Steele with the ball, tries to force the issue, and he'll get the ball back despite his error, as Bladen couldn't keep it inbounds with his foot inbounds at the same time.
I mean, Dave, I don't know. We're playing at altitude a little bit here. We're 2,000 feet above sea level. But,
sure.
I don't know what else to ascribe some of those things today to.
Steele has the ball, backs up to midcourt. 15 on the shot clock, 18:05 in the game clock. Into the corner, Hudson drives high off the glass, hits the rim, may not even caught glass to begin with, misses that. Gorman picks up the rebound. Here comes Ramapo the other direction. Quickly to Myers, nice extra pass. Good defense though, but a better follow-up from Shane Rooney. A little bit of everything involved in that one. 37-36, Mount Union the lead.
Nice stick-to-itiveness. He was a guy who started off strong in his career at Ramapo. He was an honorable mention all-conference. He was the ECAC Rookie of the Year. And, now, of course, a fixture in this starting lineup.
Rooney got the steal there after Hudson threw it away. Ramapo's got the ball, could take the lead for the second time today here. 17:27 to go in the second half. And came out a little slow. Mount Union came out fast, got out to a 10-1 lead, but Ramapo slowly chipped back into it. Took the lead, I think it was 29-27 or 27-25. Mount Union retook the lead after that, but Ramapo's got a chance. Myers with the baby hook off glass. That falls, and Ramapo's retakes the lead, 38-37. I know our screen says 30. It's 38. It might flash at 33. We're going to leave it alone. 17 minutes to play in this one. Eagles watching from the corner. Drive in, steal off glass, and Mount Union retakes the lead. Gorman across the timeline. Nobody's shown anything but man-to-man defense so far in this game. Gorman used a little bit of a screen there, passes it off to Rooney, who's able to hit the shot. Feuline doesn't like the lack of a call, but Gorman got away with that one. Ramapo retakes the lead, third time today. 16:20 to play left in this game. In the corner, steal three, no good. Whew. Wow, Talbert went and tried to swat away from Corbo, and Corbo nearly got a right hook to the face.
Yeah.
Gorman step back 15-footer, rattles home, and Ramapo's got its biggest lead of the game at 42-39, and Coach Feuline wants to talk it over. Doesn't even wait till it get up the mid-court, calls timeout. See how long this one is. It looks like it's going to be a quick 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it here as the Raiders trail by 3 with 16 minutes to play. 42-39.
I mean, Ramapo, 4 of 6 from the floor here in the second half, 1 of 2 from the line. They've out-rebounded Mount Union 5-2. Mount Union's made 1 shot this half. They're 1 of 4 from the floor, 0 for 1 from the line, and you mentioned, or 0 for 1 from three-point range, and you mentioned the 0 for 4 from the line. That's a big gap right there.
Both teams with 4 timeouts remaining. All of Ramapo's are 30-second variety. Mount Union just used their first 30-second timeout of the game, so they've got 1 more of those left, along with 3 fulls. So Ramapo's got nothing but full timeouts remaining for them. As we reset the floor, Mount Union's got possession. They've got Hudson and Moore, along with Talbert, Farrington, and Steele on the floor. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 10 in your numerical count. Hudson into the corner to Moore. Moore back to Hudson. Thought about the 3, changed his mind. Talbert loses the ball twice, and it goes out of bounds. Talbert, the first time, was already looking to do something with it before he got possession, and the second time was in his effort to bail himself out of the first one. And he will take a seat. And back into the game comes numero 0, Kassenheiser. 15.5 left. Ramapo the lead. 42-39 with possession. Going left to right across your monitor in their black uniforms with the white numbers and trim. Bounce pass inside to Myers. He's having a really good game. Goes back the other way on Farrington. Hits the shot. Farrington was giving it to him, giving him the one direction. He didn't like it. And he goes back into the harder direction and still hits it. And Ramapo's got an even bigger lead now at 5. 3-pointer attempt, no good from Moore, back iron, as he hit 4 of them in the first half. Has not hit one in the second.
And that's a one-and-done possession there for Mount Union.
And they get ready to bring in Deshaun Vaden, who has not been in this game yet. Farrington's going to draw the foul. Myers doesn't like it. Farrington with some frustration emotions.
I mean, there was contact there. Did Farrington show more contact than maybe was made? Yes, but there was contact.
Murchison makes his first appearance in the second half, along with Moore for the Roadrunners, as we mentioned, Deshaun Vaden, a sophomore center from Willoughby, Ohio, standing at 6'11", makes his 5th appearance in the season in the first minutes here in Vegas. Hudson loses possession. I don't know if he was looking for a foul or he was asking people what happened. And that's going to be a foul in frustration as Gorman went to go past the defender. Hudson compounds the problem, picks up his 3rd foul. So not only did he lose possession on the offense, he made it seem like something was wrong with the equation and went down and compounded it by committing a foul. His 3rd. Coach Feuline will sub him out. Into the game comes Jonah McCartney. In the meantime, Gorman's got the ball for the Roadrunners, finds himself in the lane, kicks it outside, driving in, gets a shot blocked was Rooney, as Vaden has entered the books. 14 plus minutes left. Steele tries to force the issue, and getting a little too greedy is Brandon Moore.
Looking at Vaden, he's played 24 minutes this season. He hasn't played since the November 23rd game at Worcester. He's got 3 block shots, now 4 on the season.
Steele's hurt, by the way. He is limping off the floor. And into the game for the first time today is number 13, Michael Scariotis, the senior. He's into the game.
Mount Union going deep into its bench right now.
With a lot of time in the game and trailing by 5. Forced jumper there, doesn't fall.
This is probably looking for a spark, right?
Yeah. Barlow brings down the rebound, gets up floor. Looking for help. He'll skip past it to the near side to Moore. Moore goes into the corner to Murchison. Murchison's going to find a lane, but to get a shot unceremoniously blocked by Vaden. That's some long arms on that 6'11 guy. Nice extra pass. Cannot get the shot to fall for Moore, but he'll go to the free throw line. What an effort there by Scariotis on the extra pass on the cutter there for Moore. So Moore goes to the line. 70% free throw shooter. Trying to cut into a 5-point deficit that Mount Union suddenly finds themselves in and misses that one. Mount Union struggling from the free throw line in this half. Haven't made one.
This is Scariotis' first action this year. He played in 16 games last year, started 6 of them, and then didn't play, at least didn't play for Mount Union in 22-23, and in 2021-22, played in 27 games. He went to Massillon Jackson High School, another guy out of Massillon.
13:30 to play. Roadrunners the ball, leading by 4, 44-40. Barlow with it, finds himself in the lane. Defense steps away, misses the shot though. Gets the ball back, and it's blocked. And then the rebound collected and put back by Linton. There's only so many places Vaden could be on that play.
Well, of course, Vaden blocks a shot, but that's only because he couldn't corral the rebound. He's right up there. He had the ball in his hands and just could not make a strong hold on it.
McCartney kicks it outside to Kasenheiser. Kasenheiser is going to get fouled by Murchison. Murchison rolled up on him as they are both going for the ball. 46-40 Ramapo the lead, their largest of the game, but it's foul number 6 for Ramapo. While Mount Union has committed 2 so far this half. So next foul, and Mount Union will be in the bonus, though in this half that has not been a problem on the free throw line. They have not hit any. Extra pass, Vaden. Oh. Hits the shot.
Nice soft touch with the hands up top, though, right?
Cuts the deficit to 4. Foreman brings it across the timeline. Nice pass, but a great job by Vaden to cut off the effort there for Barlow. Cannot collect the rebound or get the shot to fall for Linton. I think he left that one short because of Vaden, to be honest. But he gets back and he shuts the door on Moore. Moore picks up his dribble into the corner. Thought about the 3. Was McCartney, an extra pass to Vaden, who slams it home.
There you go.
Timeout called by Ramapo. It's a full timeout. Suddenly, Mount Union's caught a spark. They're within 2 with 12:01 to play here in the second half.
This moment, it's a choice. To find out what you're made of. To own what's in front of you, no matter what that might be. We showed up, we're here. This moment belongs to us right now.
You're no stranger to challenges. You feel the weight of the work left to do, but more importantly, you dream of making the world a better place. From day one, you've never given up in the face of obstacles, and you're not going to start now because you are relentless to your roots. And your success in the future is rooted in the decisions you make today. So choose a university with a 100-year legacy of dogged determination and community impact. The University of Redlands. Learn more at redlands.edu.
Welcome back. 12:01 remaining second half. I'm Dave McHugh back home alongside. Of course, Gordon Mann and Ryan Coleman here as well. D3 Photography taking pictures of the event. Head to d3photography.com for pictures of every single game that you can purchase. Gordon Mann has done a lot of interviews and a lot of games so far today. He's getting this one off. 46-44. Ramapo the lead on Mount Union. Mount Union led 10-1 to start this game, but Ramapo has been patient. But after a spurt there for Mount Union, Ramapo calls timeout. They've got the ball. It is 46-44. Ignore your scoreboard for now. Under 12 minutes to play. Gorman brings it out. He's got Murchison along with Barlow, and they continue to keep more on the floor as that extra pass to Gorman is stolen in the lane. Here comes Mount Union the other direction.
Yeah, nice job by McCartney just to get an arm in there and cut off that backdoor cut.
46-44, 11:35 to play. Vaden, extra pass. Shot well short. May have caught iron if he was lucky. It was Scariotis. Long three from Moore is no good. Rebound pulled down by Linton. He gets blocked from behind by Vaden. Yes, he got the ball clean, but it was his offhand that was pushing. He's going to get that call. Oh, interesting. They actually called it on Scariotis, not on Vaden. So Linton will go in line to shoot free throw, 71% free throw shooter. Makes it 47-44 as Parker returns to the game alongside Marcus Steele. And returning the game for the Roadrunners is Jordan Myers.
Yeah, Scariotis goes to the bench. I mean, that's a good
chunk.
It's a good number of minutes. It's a good 3 minutes of work for him. I know his line is going to say 0 of 1 for the floor and a foul committed, but I thought he gave good minutes.
Played well. Is that free throw no good? 47-44. Roadrunners the lead. Purple Raiders the ball. Now you got the Parker and Vaden combo package out there.
Yeah, true.
Steele has the ball, throws it to the corner to Kasenheiser. Skip pass to McCartney. He gets it to Vaden, and he hits the shot. Mount Union's within one. I want to call him Vader.
He's not that big bad breathing
he's not wearing
machine.
a mask either.
No, all of that is true. We're in the wrong year for that, I think. Vaden, by the way, tied his career high with 6 points.
All deflected, picked up by the Roadrunners. Gorman has it 13 on the shot clock. Finds himself in trouble on the far side, hits the deck. As Myers' first shot off the bench is no good. Back up top to Myers. He calls for Gorman to come over, but good job by Kasenheiser defensively. Shot clock to 12. Gorman picks up his dribble, flips it over to Barlow. Barlow, spin move. 12-footer, back iron, no good. Parker hauls in the rebound. Mount Union has the ball looking for the lead with just over 10 minutes to play. 1 quarter of this game left to go. Kasenheiser from NBA range. Hits the front iron, no good. A little frustration could hear from him after that shot.
I heard that too.
Maybe a little too rushed on it as Barlow brings it across. Hands off to Murchison. Murchison into the corner to Linton. Linton going up against Parker. Kicks it out to Myers. Myers now going up against Vaden. And Myers scores on him too.
Yeah.
49-46. Myers has not been stopped by anybody.
7-12 from the floor. Make it 8-13. 18 points, 5 boards.
9:23 to play. Vaden hands off to Steele. Steele wants a little extra room from the harassment of Barlow. He'll drive in, Euro step, left the ball, shot short.
Twice.
Flex out, and it'll stay Raiders ball.
Gets help to his feet.
Assistant coach had to be cut off by one of his players. Apparently ticked off about something. Started to run out on the floor, and one of his players literally got in his way. 9:10 left. Ramapo the lead, 49-46. Trust me, it's 49-46. Our scoreboard doesn't like 6, 8s, and 9s apparently. Foul off ball, as picking this one up is going to be Corbo.
So, Dave, was that assistant coach Josh Twitty, Jeffrey Mansfield, Joe Fuline, Eric Schlabach, or Dave Spires? Which of those?
I can tell you it's not Fuline.
Yeah, that's true. We know that much.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't have their website in front of me.
No,
Parker in the line to shoot free throws.
I'm just saying it's a lot of assistants.
Yeah,
There's more guys in street clothes on that bench than just the 6 that I mentioned just now.
Is that the first free throw made for Mount Union this half?
Yep. 1 of 6.
Whew, one more to go. Nope.
5 for Parker tonight.
49-47. Ramapo the lead. Trailed by as many as 9 in this game.
49-47.
Yep. Keeps changing on the scoreboard. I'm just ignoring it because I'm not going to do it. Myers has the ball. Almost scored on his 3rd defender. This time they put Jarrett Taylor on him. He picks up the foul. Taylor quickly picks up foul number 4. Oh, they called it on Parker. That was not Parker. That was not Parker. That was Taylor. Parker was nowhere near the play.
Correction, fouls on number 32, Deshaun Vaden.
Now give it to Vaden. I don't think it was Vaden either, but Vaden picks up his first. Parker has 3. As Myers' free throw, back iron, no good. The delay at least threw him off.
I just hope he makes this one so that we can get the scoreboard fixed.
Trust me, it's trying to fix itself.
Hey, look, it did.
Nope. Give it a second. Before he scores, it might go back to 48. Nope, can't now. Goes up to 50. 50-47, 8:50 to play here in the half. Mount Union, I think, felt pretty confident at the start of this game, the way it started. They thought they were in control, and Ramapo.
It was 10-1. They had good reason to think so.
Ramapo has worked their way back into it without a lot. Oh, and a missed dribble there from Steele. Steele thinks there's a foul. I don't know what even Coach Fuline's telling him to get going. I didn't see anything. I just saw a missed dribble.
Dribbled off his own foot.
Yeah,
12th turnover of the night.
Ramapo's got the ball. They led by as many as 4. Looking to get their biggest lead they can here as we got a bunch of bodies bumping into each other in the paint.
In fact, Ramapo was up by 6, 46-40.
Vaden picks up his 2nd in as many possessions. By the way, back in the games, Justin Blayton, I was wondering where he had been. He's been a defensive spark for this Ramapo squad. 8:27 to play. He's back out there. Corbo as well. Corbo tries to get to that one. Great defense from Kasenheiser, but it will stay Roadrunners' possession. No inbound from the near sideline. Again, we have Poets and Eagles to play following this. And a battle of California and the greater Chicago area.
Whoa, don't tell Madison they're greater Chicago.
It was totally a shot across the bow.
Damn.
It was totally a shot across the bow.
Woof. Wow.
That's an inside. Oh, I got to tell you some stories. Parker
Nice.
makes the effort. It goes.
That's
it
nice.
wasn't pretty, but it goes through, and he's got 2 more and gets a chance to tie this at the free throw line. Quick side story.
4 on Corbo, by the way.
In my Major League Baseball work, I often work from home for Milwaukee games. And the
Okay.
guys there know I grew up in Chicago. There's much back and forth between our groups. As Parker ties this game at 50 apiece, so that was just an instinctual reaction.
Oh, God. Dang, man.
I'm sure I should say
Unsolicited.
I work the Wrigley North games is what I should say.
There you go. Right. Unsolicited shot across the bow of Madison, Wisconsin. Just innocently standing there. Dane County.
I just couldn't resist. They're not listening right now. 7:45 to play. Kick out.
They're all getting their caffeine so they can stay up for the 11 o'clock game.
Into the corner, shot from Murchison doesn't fall. Linton grabs a rebound. Up top to Barlow. They'll reset the offense. Up top with 7.5 to play.
I suppose that's 10 o'clock Central, of course.
Oh, nice steal.
As it were.
Taylor, pump fake, off glass and in, and Mount Union's retaking the lead, 52-50. They are on a 4 mini run. Timeout called by Ramapo. As they want to talk things over, we'll take a break with them as well. Mount Union storms into the lead here at the D3Hoops.com Classic.
You're no stranger to challenges. You feel the weight of the work left to do, but more importantly, you dream of making the world a better place. From day one, you've never given up in the face of obstacles, and you're not going to start now because you are relentless to your roots. And your success in the future is rooted in the decisions you make today. So choose a university with a 100-year legacy of dogged determination and community impact. The University of Redlands. Learn more at redlands.edu.
This moment, it's a choice. To find out what you're made of. To own what's in front of you, no matter what that might be. We showed up, we're here. This moment belongs to us right now.
Welcome back, 7:14 to go. Ramapo actually down to 2 timeouts left according to the scoreboard. 4 left for Mount Union. I'm Dave McHugh, Pat Coleman alongside. If you're scoring at home, Christian Parker with 8 points is 12 away from the 2,000 plateau, the tonnage plateau in points.
He's got 907 career rebounds. He's 93 away from 1,000 rebounds, which is a pretty similarly rare milestone that he's unlikely to get in this tournament.
He could get to that one by the end of the season.
Absolutely, I would think so.
7:05 to play. Ramapo the ball, now trailing by 2, have led by as many as 4.
He averages 10 a game. He could get there by the end of January.
Myers forces the issue on another defender as Farrington puts the effort in, and I'm not sure what the call was. I got screened out of that. They call a hauled ball, and so they'll go back to the Raiders.
But I'm just impressed by Farrington's strength, his upper body strength. You know, he looks like a lanky guy, but he's not actually a lanky guy underneath all that.
I figured taking shots at people. Mount Union, Parker, turnaround, jumper, no good. I was going to say Mount Union. I'm used to being out here, and Mount Union has not been the national champion. But this is probably the first time they aren't the national champion in football as Gorman drills the 3 and Ramapo retakes the lead. First time Mount Union's not the national champion because they haven't played yet.
But they still could be, that's right.
What in the world?
It's 53-52. The scoreboard doesn't like 5s either, Dave.
I can't. Farrington's shot will not count.
Dave has run out of you-know-whats to give today, I believe. It's been kind of a day.
Talbot Jr. picks up the foul. And Farrington, who is 0 for 4 this half from the free throw line, returns with Mount Union trailing by 1.
And you don't get another one after that.
You don't see that very often.
A dead ball defense team rebound.
Well, a really good free throw shooter at 74% airball it. Ooh, Gorman got away with a push off. The shot does not fall as the ball did not lie. 6:07 remaining. Mount Union trails by 1 in this absolute heavyweight of a battle. This is an NCAA tournament style game. Drive in, Steele forces his shot, will draw the foul. I thought Myers did a good job of jumping straight up, but his arms failed him on that one. As he brought his arms down into contact with Steele, who will go to the line to shoot free throws as a team best free throw shooter at 88.9% coming in. They need free throws to fall here.
Oof. Man, you need 15 feet, and that one was about 14.98. And just managed to roll over the top.
Usually we talk about guys having trouble shooting on the other end of the floor, which is wide open, but Mount Union is struggling on the near side of the floor.
And usually those are 3-pointers that we're talking about.
Yeah. 54-53, Mount Union the lead. Under 6 minutes to play here in this
and Mount
very
Union's,
heavyweight battle.
They're not a great free throw shooting team, 274th in the nation. 67%. You know, today they're 13 to 24, 52%.
Oh, great harassing defense from Kaysenheiser.
And timeout.
And timeout called by Gorman to save the possession.
Smart.
7 seconds left. The only problem is Ramapo is down to one final timeout.
That's true, maybe less smart.
We'll talk it all over when we come back. You're watching the D3Hoops.com Classic from South Point Arena.
More schools than Division I, more fans than Division II, and more upsets than March Madness. There's nearly 850 programs with over 11,000 games leading to 2 national championships. And we've been covering it all for over 2 decades. From Eastern to Occidental, from Puget Sound to Piedmont, from Southwestern to the University of New England, and from Hope to Calvin. Nobody covers Division III basketball like we do. We're D3Hoops.com at www.d3hoops.com.
I injured my shoulder when I was practicing platform diving. It was a blessing in disguise. When I went to physical therapy, I realized this is something I want to do. That's when I changed my major to physical therapy. I want to inspire people to do whatever they love doing. I'm fortunate to have Cliff as my coach. He made me believe that I can get back into diving after my injury to prove that nothing can stop me from chasing my dreams.
I believe sportsmanship is a mutual admiration and respect for your fellow competitors. We all go through a lot to reach the point where we compete against one another. It's important to realize that. So once we're finally on the field or on the court or on the starting block, we look at each other as fellow human beings and not just competitors. Being able to recognize the hard work that other athletes are putting in creates a more positive and inclusive environment.
Largest Division III basketball tournament in all the land. It's not even a tournament, it's a classic, the D3Hoops.com Classic. Welcome back. Mount Union leads Ramapo 54-53. Roadrunners have the ball, just one timeout remaining in the final 5.5 minutes to play. I'm Dave McHugh. Pat Coleman alongside. Shot clock expires before the shot could get to the rim for Corbo.
So they go through the trouble of calling the timeout to save that possession, and then they do not even get a shot off.
So Mount Union gets the ball back, leading by 1. They will shoot double free throws the rest of the way. They've only committed 5 fouls, so Ramapo isn't even to the line yet in that sense. Parker from the top of the key. Nothing but the bottom of the net. Mount Union back up now by 4, 57-53. Parker's got 12. Correction, 11.
It's an important distinction tonight.
Bounce pass inside, skip far side. Corbo drives in now. Kicks out to Barlow. Barlow drives in now to the shot for Rooney. It can't fall, and Farrington brings down the rebound. Oh, Parker was on a breakout. They couldn't get it to him. Now they'll bounce pass it to him. Our officials decide it's off of Mount Union, back to Ramapo. Ramapo's got the ball, 4:43 to play. Chuck McBreen's squad is certainly gone toe-to-toe with the Raiders tonight. They've got some strong games in the NJAC so far with wins, so they've lost 2 and won 3. Gorman jumper left it a little off target, bouncing around, and Farrington somehow keeps that from going out of bounds.
Oh!
The pass up ahead to Parker, stolen by Gorman. Myers extra pass, slam dunk from Rooney.
How about Gorman identifying that Parker's leaking out up ahead, and you know they want to get him the ball anytime, regardless of how many points you're trying to get him. Steps right in front of it for the interception, starts that fast break.
Pass inside to Farrington, draws a foul from Rooney before the shot. So Farrington will go to the line for the double bonus, and he is 0 for 5 in this second half from the charity stripe, which has not been very much of a charity to him. Rooney picks up the foul. Again, team's over the limit. Farrington needing some confidence here. That one looked good. Back into the game after a lengthy sit is Corey Hudson. Remember, he had that sequence where he coughed up the ball on offense, kind of seemingly looking for a foul that wasn't there, and then immediately went down floor and committed a foul himself for his 3rd. He's back in the game since that moment. Farrington splashes both, and Mount Union leads by 4. Under 4 minutes to play. Under 4-minute media timeout if those existed. Bounce pass inside to Myers. Now Parker's on him with his 3 fouls. Myers, Farrington comes over on the help. Can't stop Myers from shooting, but he can't hit it. Myers had a good game, but he's starting to get a little frustrated. And Parker's getting frustrated too. He was hustling down floor. Didn't like the fact he didn't get the ball. Kind of brought his run to an end in plodding fashion. Farrington has it top of the key inside. Parker cannot take advantage of Myers on the floor. Roadrunners, though, come back the other direction. Gorman off balance. Shot doesn't fall as the game has gotten sloppy suddenly. Save from going out of bounds and from blasting into our broadcast position. Parker off glass, can't fall. Myers could get a flop call if they wanted there. That was a little too easy for barely any contact. Gorman forces the issue on Steele, and Steele will pick up the foul, and we finally get a whistle.
Parker gesturing for the flop call.
I agree. That was way too easy. Coach Feuline wants to talk it over. It's going to be a full timeout. We'll take it as well. Mount Union leads by 4, 59-55, 2:57 remaining. Back with more after this.
This moment, it's a choice. To find out what you're made of. To own what's in front of you, no matter what that might be. We showed up, we're here. This moment belongs to us right now.
You're no stranger to challenges. You feel the weight of the work left to do, but more importantly, you dream of making the world a better place. From day one, you've never given up in the face of obstacles, and you're not going to start now because you are relentless to your roots. And your success in the future is rooted in the decisions you make today. So choose a university with a 100-year legacy of dogged determination and community impact. The University of Redlands. Learn more at redlands.edu.
Welcome back. 2:57 to play in this absolute NCAA battle. It's a tournament-style game between Mount Union and Ramapo. Purple Raiders have got the 59-55 lead. I'm Dave McHugh. Pat Coleman alongside. Gordon Mann is here as well, along with Ryan Coleman from D3Photography.com. Thanks for joining us on D3Hoops.com and our broadcast partners at Huddle Blue Frame. 2:57 to play here. Mount Union is trailed by 4 and led by 9 in this game. They lead by 4 now. Parker having a conversation with the officials. So is Talbert. Now Talbert and Parker having a conversation. I think Parker about saying, just stop talking to the guys. Gorman's got the ball for the Roadrunners. 2:51 to play. Gets it to Rooney. Rooney goes up against Parker, forgets the ball. And that's an interesting takedown. Almost a wrestling style foot or toe drag.
No, it's just, yeah, like Rooney ended up kind of underneath him.
Rooney picks up.
And you just saw amazing quickness from Parker. The moment that ball was even close to being loose, he's pounced on it. He's spun move. He was ready to go up the floor, if not having been undercut by Rooney.
Rooney's going to check out of this game, and Parker will shoot the free throw first. Roadrunners have Tim Linton ready to come into the game. As Parker hits the first one, Linton, the only non-New Jerseyan on the squad, out of Middletown, New York.
And we talked about Parker's free throw shooting percentage coming into the game. He's 4 of 6 now tonight. He had a stretch the last 2 games before break where he missed 11 out of 13, and that really tanked his percentage. Otherwise, he's been as good as 60% in his career.
Kevin Moore back into the game as Talbert Jr. takes a seat. Lead now 6 for Mount Union. They've led by as many as 9 in this game. Myers drives on Farrington, hits it off glass, draws a foul, chance at a three-point play to cut this deficit in half.
I mean, Ramapo does not go away, right, Dave?
Never. They might go to a show here in Vegas, but they aren't going away.
Yeah, they never leave this tournament, practically. They are definitely Sport Tours International's
favorite client.
Favorite, basically. They're at one of the tournaments or the other.
Lynn pulls down the rebound off the miss for Myers.
Big offensive board right there.
Into the corner. Corbo for three. Halfway home. Gorman rebounds, misses it, and draws the foul.
Gorman, 6 foot is what he's listed at. Smallest guy on the floor. He gets that rebound, though.
Mount Union's not calling timeout. The system just ignored me when I indicated it earlier. They're down to 3 timeouts. Gorman for the free throw line, trying to cut into this 4-point deficit. And does. It's now down to 3. Gorman's got one more. Hits that one. So it's within 2 now at 61-59. Closest this game's been in a little bit. Mount Union holding on. Going to slow things down with 2:10 remaining. Hudson being harassed by Gorman. Barely uses the Farrington screen. Parker, extra pass to Farrington. Great help defense coming over from Barlow. He brings the ball across. Bladen brings across the timeline. Corbo for 3. Back iron, no good. Parker pulls down the rebound. He'll hand it off to Hudson. Hudson across the timeline. He'll find a lane, slices in. Oof. Linton can't get there in time. And Hudson's got 2 points to extend the lead out to 4.
It's like Tyrell Echeverry getting through that hole, getting his way to the end zone. To the basket.
Corbo gets it in the lane, can't do anything with it, kicks it out to Bladen. Bladen being harassed by Hudson. Up top to Myers, now to Gorman. 13 on the shot clock, Gorman for 3. Back iron, no good. Farrington. Just the way he jumped in, Corbo suddenly ran out of distance and careens into Farrington. And that's the 5th foul on Corbo. With 1:22 remaining in this one, Farrington will go to the line and Corbo will go take a seat on the bench.
Dave, do you also think, like I do, perhaps, that, again, there was contact, but the reaction to it was more? No?
No, that time.
No?
Saw that one coming.
All right. I mean, there was...
Corbo was undercutting Farrington in the air with the ball.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, and he landed into Corbo. No, I think no matter how he reacts to it, that was going to be a call.
Meanwhile, we are waiting for another game between black and red and purple as the Whittier team and the Edgewood team have lined up on the baseline waiting for their game.
As is D3 Hoops classic tradition. Farrington rattles that one home. He's hit 3 in a row after missing the first 5 of the half. He's got one more coming to make this a 6-point lead. Mount Union's biggest in the second half.
What an interesting line for Farrington today. It's 7 points, 4 of 10, 4 of 11 from the line, 17 rebounds.
Bounce pass, Myers wide open, can't believe it. Challenges Parker, and Parker will pick up foul number 4. Myers goes to the line. Important moment to be shooting free throws. I've lost track, by the way, the fouls on Ramapo. They've actually got 9, so everybody's in the double bonus by this point.
In fact, Ramapo 13 this half.
Mount Union, I should have said, is now at 9 fouls. I misspoke.
Mount Union's at 9, yeah.
Myers hit the first one, cuts the deficit to within 4, now to within 3. Minute 13 to play. Buckle up. This one is far from over.
Backcourt pressure here.
Really well-timed pressure here. Get it across the timeline with a couple seconds to spare. Hudson with the ball. Farrington looked like he was going to set a screen and stepped away, and now Gorman with way too much pressure. Picks up the foul 40 feet from the basket. That's just his first foul of the entire game. I don't know what he's frustrated by because he was all over the offensive player. Hudson will go to the line for the double bonus. Whether you're watching us on the East Coast or all the way out on the West Coast, thanks for joining us. Maybe you're watching us on the YouTubesers.
The what now?
I don't know, something I felt like calling it. The tubes of Ube. Several of you watching us there are our Blue Frame apps on Amazon or Amazon Fire Stick, Apple TV, Roku, or elsewhere. Thank you for joining us. As free throws missed. It's a 3-point lead. Up ahead. Bladen cannot get it to fall, but he'll go to the line.
I was going to say, I know my Roku TV at home is definitely set up to watch these games.
I have a feeling my Amazon Fire Stick is being used at this time for this game. So are the, I've been told they're scoring at home. 52.3 seconds left. Bladen to shoot 2 here. Hits the first, cuts the deficit to 2. Both teams have committed too many fouls in this half. 3 timeouts left for Mount Union, 1 for Ramapo. Both free throws good. Roadrunners within 1. Continue the 1-2-2 pressure here. Forcing the cross-court passing. Not over half court now finally. 2 seconds to spare in doing so. Now Hudson backs off and Gorman backs off too defensively, and Coach Viewline will call timeout. 37.2 seconds left. We'll take it one last time. Mount Union the lead by 1. 37 seconds remaining here from South Point.
You're no stranger to challenges. You feel the weight of the work left to do, but more importantly, you dream of making the world a better place. From day one, you've never given up in the face of obstacles, and you're not going to start now because you are relentless to your roots. And your success in the future is rooted in the decisions you make today. So choose a university with a 100-year legacy of dogged determination and community impact. The University of Redlands. Learn more at redlands.edu.
This moment, it's a choice. To find out what you're made of. To own what's in front of you, no matter what that might be. We showed up, we're here. This moment belongs to us right now.
Welcome back, Mount Union and Ramapo. Last year, Mount Union was looking to get into another NCAA tournament, but lost 4 of their last 7, including the OAC final to JCU in overtime, and missed out on the NCAA tournament just a year removed from being in the Final Four. Ramapo, in the meantime, hasn't been in the NCAA tournament in several years. We've got so used to seeing the Roadrunners there. They are trying to get back there this season with a much stronger squad. This game's going to be one we're talking about come February. The winner of this is going to have a little bit of a leg up going into January. 64-63, 36 seconds remaining. Purple Raiders have the ball in the lead. Back in the game is Marcus Steele. He'll pass it to Parker. He goes for the 3, no, long 2-pointer. It's no good. Missed chance. Ramapo's got the ball with a chance to win it. Shot clock is off under 20 seconds remaining. They've got a timeout to use. Linton's got the ball. He'll bounce inside to Myers. Myers has to go get the ball. Wants the one-on-one against Parker, who's got 4 fouls. Parker's going to pick up his 5th. The shot is missed by Myers. 7 seconds left with a chance at the free throw line to tie and win this game. Parker absolutely fouled him. I don't know what Myers had beaten him, and Parker reached out to try and get to the ball and caught his wrist. So 7 seconds left. Mount Union leads by 1, 64-63. Myers will go to the line. They'll use all 20 seconds here to sub Parker out, and they'll go for a smaller player and Chance Kasenheiser. Want your shooters and ball handlers out there should you suddenly be down here. Myers, in the meantime, didn't have a great trip last time to the line. He's got to hit 1 to tie, 2 to take the lead. 7 seconds left. He's got 2 shots. Hits the first. We're tied. Coleman with a smile for his big man. Mount Union calls timeout. We'll keep it here as the Purple Raiders are down to 1 timeout remaining here in the game. I'm Dave McHugh, Pat Coleman alongside Ramapo and Mount Union. Going toe-to-toe here with Edgewood and Whittier waiting to check onto the floor to warm up for their game. Their game's scheduled to take part in just over 10 minutes. If you're tuned in, just a heads up, there will be a minimum of 20 minutes between games.
So yeah, we're not getting that one off on time. But
we're not.
If
but
that's the first one all day,
30 minutes.
It's the first one all day we've not gotten off on time, so that's all right.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, it's gone well. Referees and game management work well here. Oh, suddenly scoreboard did something and gave Ramapo a three-pointer and then took it away just as quickly. 64-64. Our scoreboard is somewhat automated, folks, and I'm just not caring right now.
It is accurate what you're seeing, however.
Myers has a chance to take the lead on the free throw with 7 seconds left. Mount Union has a timeout, so does Ramapo left in their pocket. Good. Ramapo retakes the lead. Mount Union needs to hit a shot to try and win this game. 5 seconds left. Steal across the timeline. Into the lane with 2.5 seconds. Misses the layup but draws the foul. 0.3 of a second left. I have a feeling they might put a little more time on the clock. I have a feeling that rolled off a little bit. He took the shot with 2.5. The foul is called on Murchison, and they are going to add some time. Steele will go to the line here, the chance to tie or take the lead. Let's call it 1.5. That's my guess.
My video is too tight to say. I didn't see a change,
no
though.
Change. 0.3 of a second will remain, apparently. Free throw miss, so Steele to try and the best free throw shooter on the team has to hit this to tie the game and force overtime. 0.3 of a second left. You can call timeout. You can catch and shoot. Missed the free throw. Tip up by Fairton is no good. And the Roadrunners come from behind to steal one from the Raiders.
Wow, Dave. How about that for a finish?
Didn't see it coming.
No, indeed.
Final score, Ramapo with a dramatic 65-64 win over the Purple Raiders of Mount Union. Their third loss. They've now lost to Yeshiva. They've lost to, I knew that was going to happen. They've now lost to Yeshiva, Worcester, and now Ramapo. And Ramapo with a huge win on their resume now.
And Dave,
start off their classic in great fashion.
I mean, Dave, it all comes down to 10 for 22 from the foul line in the second half for Mount Union. Anything resembling a normal performance from the foul line.
Barrington goes 500 and they have they come away with a win.
Yeah. Just wow, just a struggle down the stretch.
So your final score, because it came off the scoreboard, that's why our scoreboard reset.
Yeah,
our final score, 65-64. Quick before we go, the dichotomy of both ends of the floor. Myers hits 2 free throws to tie and then take the lead with a timeout in the middle of it.
Yep.
Steele, on the other hand, misses the layup, gets fouled, has 2 free throws and misses both with a chance to tie or take the lead with 0.3. That's
craziness, man.
How this one finishes.
Craziness.
Again, coming up, we are going to have Whittier and Edgewood wrap up our first full day here at the D3Hoops.com Classic. In the final game of the night, we'll have that coming to you in about 20 minutes' time if you're tuned in. On YouTube, it should just take you to that broadcast once it starts up. If you're joining us on Huddle Blue Frame, you'll find that game on the docket to watch as well. For Pat Coleman, Gordon Mann, Ryan Coleman, I'm Dave McHugh. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Once again, Ramapo, a huge win, 65-64 over the Raiders of Mount Union here on day number 2 in Las Vegas. We'll be back with you in about 20 minutes for Edgewood and Whittier.
This moment, it's a choice. To find out what you're made of. To own what's in front of you, no matter what that might be. We showed up, we're here. This moment belongs to us right now.
You're no stranger to challenges. You feel the weight of the work left to do, but more importantly, you dream of making the world a better place. From day one, you've never given up in the face of obstacles, and you're not going to start now because you are relentless to your roots. And your success in the future is rooted in the decisions you make today. So choose a university with a 100-year legacy of dogged determination and community impact. The University of Redlands. Learn more at redlands.edu.